Hi, my name is Eunice Castillo, and this is my final mastery assignment for formative assessments. So, if today an evaluator would have walked into my classroom, right away they would have known what I was teaching and what my goals and my standards were because it would have been on the board. Today, I am teaching an ongoing unit on the amazing otters, which I wrote myself. And the science standard for for this particular assignment is that children should know about food chains and how different animals exist in different environments, what's required in that environment, and stuff like that. So they would have seen that on the board. They would have then seen the goals for the lesson. And I believe that today the goals were two goals, right? And that was one, to identify what a raft is, which is a bunch of otters wrapped together. And the second one is to identify what the plant kelp is and why it's important for the survival of otters. They would have seen this target on the board. They would have seen this target in the slide that I prepare to go along with the content. So the worksheet, and the worksheet is in color. I've come to believe that because I teach in special education, that colorful print seems to grab their attention a little more, so they would have seen that. And then when I assess them, I have written in to the sheet an exit ticket. Now, the exit ticket is basically to see if the targets, if they understood the targets. And when this is going on, an evaluator would have walked in, they would have seen me walking through my classroom. I am looking at what they're writing at the same time, myself and my co-teach. We are looking at what is being written at the time they're writing it. So then, or they're dictating it, or they're drawing it. And that way we understand what they're understanding. So if I ask them what is kelp, those were the two tickets. Those were the two questions on the ticket. What is kelp? What is a raft? And they will have provided enough information for me to know whether or not they got it. I think there was one or two that needed to be retaught, and I went back over the slide with them again. This is in combination with a week-long otter unit. There's otters in math. There's otters in phonics. We're all about otters because I'm building that background knowledge. One thing that I have identified that I needed to be very cautious about and not understand that I was being biased is that when I ask them, when I say, draw a picture of blah, blah, I have kids with dysgraphia, and their drawings are never going to be what they would like them to be. And they always feel a little self-conscious about it. And I was doing it and not thinking I was giving choices and being supportive, but actually I was making them feel kind of bad about it. And I definitely don't want that. So I now make sure that there's 3 different ways you can tell me. You can draw, and you can tell me, I'm sorry, it's been late. You can tell me, you can draw it, and you can demonstrate it. So I feel like if you would have come into my class today, you would have seen a very crazy sight of kids drawing kelp on a giant paper that we are doing, so that as we finish this unit, by the time we're finished with this unit, we will have drawn out everything that we have learned. I love it. Thanks.